Thank you for tuning in to today's Back to the City. I'm very excited to have the Black Widows back in the studio with me. This month's Back to the City showcase is a very exciting one, I think. My favourite one. My favourite one so far. It has the Black Widows, it has Venus de Mars and all the pretty horses, it has Gully Boys and Death of a Ladies Man. And Venus was saying that she has never played a show with another band that has dancers.
It's exciting.
Yeah, so there needs to be a dance-off.
Yes.
Between the Black
We
Widows
could.
videos.
Has she mentioned anything about that?
Or
is that you?
That was me.
Yeah.
Because maybe that should happen.
That should happen.
We should challenge.
Okay.
At Mortimer's.
Yeah.
Challenge her to a dance-off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good. I'm glad to have facilitated this dance-off.
So who's going to moderate the dance-off? Are you going to judge?
I suppose, yeah. It has been judged that I shall be the judge of the dance-off.
Right.
Cool.
Okay.
Dance off.
You could bring in a few celebrity guest judges too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
should have a panel.
Yeah. And maybe
And
we'll
cards.
form a squad.
Yeah.
The three of us.
That sounds like a
DJ from
great
Death of a
idea.
Ladies Man and the various Gully Boys
Oh, yeah.
can be the judges.
Yeah. I like that.
Representative from each.
Yeah.
So whereas now I'm facilitating a dance-off, in our first ever interview, back when it was at Cyanide Radio, and I was meeting for the first time Pamela and Kareem, you had a song called Tortuga at that stage on the first EP, and I assumed that it might refer to Tortuga Island.
Yep.
So at that stage, I did loads of research and I informed you a lot about Tortuga
You did.
Island.
Which we had nothing.
What were the names of the buccaneers there? The breastbone of the coast. For example, it was like...
Which we knew nothing about.
It was...
In all of our ignorant glory.
Yeah, so the first time, this is the third interview. So I met two of you at the first one, I met Sarah at the second one, but now we're all friends.
We didn't give birth to Sarah yet.
There's our baby.
We'll have little sound bites that help
Yeah.
tell the story of Black Widows leading up to the present day and June 28th. We will have some little sound bites and video clips from the previous two interviews.
Cool.
So here is 5 seconds of our original discussion,
Okay.
followed by an elaboration upon that by the Black Widows themselves.
Very creative. Okay.
The song is a little provocative, so we probably won't talk about the details. I don't know. We could.
Too shocking.
Maybe.
shocking.
It's about a turtle.
Controversy.
Turtle, you go in the shell,
Yeah.
and then you come out. Let's just say it also is. There's a little double entendre there with a certain female body part.
Right. Yes. I thought that was what you were getting at.
But maybe some people. It's a rare group, I think, but at this point, some people still don't know about that body part.
Poor people.
I know.
But Tortuga is Turtle Island. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why it's not arbitrary that we have a turtle show up in that song.
That's true.
So what is Tortuga? What is Turtle Island?
Turtle Island. I don't actually know
Yeah. I mean, Tortuga is just Spanish for
turtle.
It's a Caribbean... Oh, it's just for turtle.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
which is obviously what the island must be named after.
A Caribbean
right,
island.
Right. But I
There's a
like that.
there's
That
a
could be like
pirate
a second
connection.
song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Because
No, I didn't
I'm thinking
even know that.
pirates, surf, sharks.
Yeah. No. Thank you for making a connection.
Do you want to write a song right now? Let's do it.
Tortuga too.
Tortuga too.
Tortuga Island.
The island, yeah. It is a... so let's see how
My
much
gears are turning.
detail-
Back then, it was me informing you about the actual Tortuga
Yes.
Island. But now you can tell me all about Tortuga Island because it's become extremely prominent.
Sure has.
Yeah.
It sure has. Our original hope was to find sort of a headquarters where we can practice, the go-go dancers can rehearse, we can record. And then as we were talking, we realized everybody's individual needs in the group and why they were without resources, and the whole concept started expanding to the artist community, to women, to femme-identified artists that are maybe low income and don't have access to technology or space to create, and also how art is a vessel for getting out of depression and the hardship of trying to make art with no money. So it's kind of like a vicious cycle that we have realized we wanted to be a catalyst to, or at least just a vessel. But in that, we realize we're struggling with the very same things and trying to find funding. So we put a pause button on this whole concept and realized because it was becoming so much bigger. We started a fundraising campaign. Many people were generous, but we realized we need more. We need a blueprint. We need to create a budget. So we started thinking bigger. So because we're so busy as a band, we just don't have time.
Or as an empire, rather.
As an empire, yeah. We just realized we wanted to do it right.
It's harder to run an empire than a band.
Yeah, it is.
And that
Yeah.
is what you're doing.
And they're
Bands
two
are
separate.
simple,
And we
but-
realized they're two separate entities. We
Exactly.
really, this band is a separate thing, and this space, this art resource center / venue, which is what it'll be, will take a lot of work. And we want to do it, but we want to do it right.
Yeah.
And so we're going to kind of take a breather, focus on the band for the rest of the summer, and then we'll readdress it in the fall and winter.
Cool. Okay, so I'm looking forward to the new Minneapolis-based physical Tortuga Island.
Physical Tortuga Island.
Manifesting itself.
Yes. And the idea of the island, thank you for that. That's all you. We'll give you credit.
We'll make you a little plaque.
Yeah, we will. Or a statue, a bust.
Ooh, yeah.
A bus.
When
The
you
bus
get
would be
there.
fun. You don't have to
okay.
go the whole way with the statue.
Okay.
I think
I'll
the
be- I'll
island
be
thing
okay
was
with
like
that.
the escape, though, is like
Yeah.
the idea that
Yeah.
there's a place, a safe place,
Exactly.
a safe haven that's fun and uplifting.
Yeah.
The venue, we don't want it to be taken too seriously, that we also want to enjoy ourselves and have a really good time there. So
Because
Yeah.
your song is called Escape to Tortuga Island.
Yep.
Yeah. Our second interview, the first one involving Sarah, was regarding the human hot dog.
our biggest hit ever.
I think it's great. Let's have a little snippet of our interview about that, where we were going on a journey through the song.
Great.
So here are some highlights from our March of the Human Hot Dog interview.
Let's listen.
If the song begins with President Wiener fresh from giving out candy, and everyone is, it's his party. He would like it to always be his party, and on this occasion, it is. Everyone's marching to the beat of his drum.
Yeah, he's happy.
Yeah.
What journey are we going to be taking?
There's a split, and some people are still following this guy. They're like, no, he's good.
But other people are like, hey,
Wait a second. What?
I feel like something's going on here.
Your picnic is going wrong. You think you're hot stuff, but reality is you ain't nothing but an old foot long.
It's interesting thinking about the escapism, the escape to Tortuga Island. What journey are we being taken on? It doesn't seem like, it's not pure escapism. Is it pure escapism? I don't think it is.
No, I
No.
think it's a call to reality, actually.
Yeah,
toward
the opposite
end.
of
Yeah,
escapism.
revolution.
Yeah.
What contribution is this song, and in particular the performance of this song that you will do on Monday? What intervention is it making? I mean, not to be too grandiose about it. but
Oh, we love to. Are you kidding? We love to. We're changing the world with
How
this
are you
song. We're
saving
changing
it?
the world. This is it. We're saving the world with this song. We would like to just remind everybody how much President Wiener sucks.
We're drawing a parallel to real life.
We're gonna take the hot dog
yeah,
down,
and it's
if we have
possible
to.
to, eliminate the human hot dogs among us.
I forget that song exists.
I love that song.
do you never play that song?
We haven't for a while.
We might bring it back. We when we went on tour last year, we tried playing that. I think we tried working it.
We got a lot of
that.
stairs.
Well,
It's definitely a
people
really
either
weird song.
we either created mosh pits,
Yeah.
or people just had no idea how to
idea.
respond
Like,
to
what
it.
is it?
Yeah,
What
especially
is-
at
what
the end,
is
it breaks
this?
down
Is
and
this
melts down, and
music?
it's chaotic. Yeah.
Well, you didn't have the MC President Wiener with
No.
you.
Exactly, there's no
Yeah.
context, right?
Yeah.
But still, it was a funny experiment. So we're like, maybe we should just put that on the back burner for a while.
Of course, you've also performed 3 songs at the Minnehaha Recording Company for today's
we
episode.
did.
And the first one that we'll experience today is Helen Killer, which is, I think, is that the oldest of the 3 songs?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that existed even when we had our first interview.
Yeah,
Because I
I think
remember
so.
being informed.
Oh.
Yeah, you were telling me about the cat who is a stray cat. She has ESP.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yep.
right.
That's
She stores
correct.
ESP.
That's one aspect of her personality.
So yeah, this is Helen Killer by the Black Widows at the Minnehaha Recording Company.
Anybody ever hear the story of the cat with no eyes and no ears? Everybody thought she was a dumb cat until one day the greatest fear became her last name. Her name was Helen. She got through all my life and buried it up. She had a stomach to a dick or Harry. Told her she's not the kind of cat that
So that was Helen Killer.
Okay.
We just experienced the Black Widows go-go dancers in full effect.
Yeah.
How many are there now?
Kind of rotating cast, depending on. So in total, I think there's like 10 people that do it.
Sure.
But depending on show dates, we just have a busy summer, so not everybody can make every show.
Yeah.
So I think 10 in total, but anywhere from 3 to 6 perform with us.
Yeah.
I'm always encouraging
And we like
people
that
to-
because it's fun, it's variety, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the
Keeps
go-go
things fresh.
dancers. There's also the Black Widows singers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Colette Navarro does all the choreography, so she's always there, head in the game.
Yeah.
Lucy Kaufman has been with us from the very beginning before Colette, so she's always there too. Those are our strong core members of the go-go dancers.
They're 2 of the 3 that were in the studio
Correct.
with us.
Correct.
Who's the third?
And Lulu Bronson was the 3rd. Yeah, and she just joined, and she's great. And I used to be in a burlesque show with her a long time
great.
ago.
Yeah.
And Colette, actually. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's how you
yeah.
knew Colette?
Yeah. Yep.
At what stage did Colette become involved in the Black Widows?
About a year ago. it
Yeah.
seems.
Was
Yeah.
that after
Raya, our beloved Raya, moved away, which we were very sad about. But
She was the choreographer initially.
yep.
In our first interview, you were in the midst of the greatest shows ever.
Yep.
Yeah, you had a series of the greatest shows ever.
And they will continue.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And
There's always more.
Yeah. I like how so many of the Black Widows songs evolved through kind of concept-related great shows.
Thank
Greatest
you.
Shows. Yeah, so the Mummy song, for example.
Yeah.
The Mummy, what's it called?
Mummy Mama Boogie.
Mummy Mama Boogie.
It's a tongue twister. Say it 10 times.
Mummy, mama.
Mummy Mama. We screw it up a lot.
I know, I can't even sing
And
the
the
lyrics.
and the
that's
Mummy
why.
comes back to life when the boogie happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was unveiled at that Halloween show, so just after our first interview.
Yeah.
I gather that some of these songs are developed with like the performance in mind and with the particular show in mind. Is that
I would say the concepts for the writing were pretty strong.
Yeah.
And that the choreography responded to that
Sure.
through the lyrics. But
But I think we did want to write some timely songs for Halloween, so maybe that was
yeah, for sure.
where the Mummy came.
But we also love Halloween all year round, so
yeah,
that's always.
so timely doesn't really matter because every day is
It was
Halloween if you're a Black
coincidentally
Widow.
timely
Yeah.
at that moment.
There's always a little bit of either vengeance or
Yeah.
retaliation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
murder?
Yeah.
not always murder. We're steering away from murder
Sometimes-
these days.
Yeah, the first
I'm
record
playing
had
footsie
lot-
with you. Sorry.
I couldn't tell
That
which
was
Black
me.
Widow I was playing footsie.
We all of us.
Not me.
Take
My
a guess.
feet are.
Not
My feet are.
Pamela, though. They're firmly planted.
It's what we do, predators.
Through adding the go-go dancers and through adding these kind of performance components, the band was kind of coming into full steam and kind of becoming the empire, I suppose, that it is. Making the first EP kind of distinct, would you say?
Yeah, because we were kind of writing it and recording it as we were going, sort of.
Yeah,
It was
and we were
early.
a new band.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, there were only 3 of us at that time.
Yeah.
Subsequent recordings, you know, we added What's Her Face.
What's her
But,
face?
you know, another guitar player, and you played keyboard a lot on some of those other recordings.
Not to forget that I was also a tambourine virtuoso.
Ah,
You
true.
were
that.
You were.
I was.
But you have bigger
You used
fish
to
to
be.
fry now.
I'm out of practice now.
What were you playing tambourine on?
I played tambourine on Helen Killer at first.
Dark
and
Side.
Dark Side.
Yeah.
High energy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are really good at tambourine. It is
great.
harder than it
Was
looks.
that your initial role?
She had a glove.
No, my initial role was that and keys.
Everything.
But I didn't start doing guitar. I only did like a little bit at a time.
We worked her in. We
Yeah.
used her in.
Yeah.
And they are very prominent on the guitar.
We knew we just wanted her in the band
Yeah.
in some capacity.
How did you become involved in the band?
Well, I started out as a fangirl. I think I was at the very
She
first
didn't let us know. That was
terminal
cool.
show.
Oh, yeah.
I think I
Which
was
You were the first
there.
one.
Not very
I
good.
think
Yes, you
That
were.
is not what I remember of it.
Aw.
Where was it?
The terminal bar.
Okay, and it was a 3-piece
It was.
Yep.
I think that was with Missy.
Missy Summers.
And
on
it was-
drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I actually really liked the terminal
you.
bar.
I like the terminal
I love the
bar.
terminal bar, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
You were like the terminal bar.
Yeah.
How would you describe the performance? Like if you were to, so 'cause you became a fangirl, and you were an immediate fangirl.
It was captivating.
Aww.
She's lying. We paid her. Gonna tell us why.
It was super awesome.
Did we look beautiful?
You look so beautiful. Your performance was effortless.
all of the lies.
Thank you
Tell
for.
me lies.
Thank you, Sarah.
So what was what were some features of that first Black Widows manifestation that have remained Black Widows features? What was the kind of...
I think like the tone, I mean, the garagey kind of girl group quality is like...
That's retained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think you and I share pretty strongly.
Yeah.
Like independently of each other, but then together it becomes stronger. And the surf elements are both of our loves for that come through, and then she has that as well. So that just really strengthened that whole, especially on guitar. Like that really added to our sound. So
Much reverb.
yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
That whammy bar is out of control and we love it.
Yeah.
I can't even control it. It does its own thing.
So the Black Widows sound is quite different from some previous projects that you've had. So especially so Pamela, for example, you play fiddle.
I play fiddle,
In
and
Fiction.
I play fiddle with a guy named Jake Duda, who I've also spoken to at some point. But yeah, I'm a fiddle player. That's the first thing that I ever did in a band.
And you picked up bass so as
I
to do
picked
Black
up
Widows.
bass so I could be in Black Widows, so I could make Black Widows with Corinne, because we didn't want a fiddle, we wanted a bass. So
Can you remember when the two of you came up with the plan? What was the direction?
Well, we knew rock and roll.
we knew, I mean,
We knew we
knew
wanted
rock
a
and
female
roll.
bands.
Yep, we were working together at the time, and so we'd work these like lunch shifts together and be like,
What do you like?
what
kind of music do you like?
Yeah, and we would listen to these like surfy playlists
Yeah.
at this job and be like, this is so cool. Why aren't we doing this? You know? And I think
And we didn't know each other that well, but
No.
we just clicked in terms of our aesthetic. So it wasn't like we had played music together like many bands formulate out of like a history together. We like really didn't have that much context for each other, but we're like, we both want to start a girl band. We love surf music. Well, we need a guitar and a bass. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
And it was like
Yeah.
rough going at first, but
Yeah, it was.
we had endurance. We just did it,
Yeah.
you know.
We used to
and
sit in
everything.
Corinne's bedroom and
Yeah.
sit on the floor and try to write songs and try to learn how to play my instrument. in my case.
Let's add the third chord to the song. Let's see if we can do that.
Yeah. Can
That's how
we
you
make
know
this a
you've
3/4?
achieved punk rock level music.
Yep.
You get to chord
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So Fujin
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
your main project
Yeah.
in Minneapolis. And
Yes.
But then you went to New York for a bit.
I did.
Yeah. And had Loose Slim.
Yeah.
And Loose Slim is that closer to Black Widows? Is that kind of approach?
Yeah,
Black Widows?
actually, I'm not sorry to say I stole a song from that band
Ooh,
called
which
Big
one?
Daddy.
Oh, Big Daddy.
But I wrote it. My bandmate wrote the bass line for that, but you have expanded. So it's become a different song, but I wrote the core of
Yeah.
the song, so I felt okay taking it. That band doesn't exist anymore.
So that's a song
So-
that we can hear in the background at the moment, and in
Yeah.
its Black Widows form,
Yeah.
there's a dialogue
Yeah.
between the two of you.
Yeah,
Okay, who is the mob boss?
that is. Do we switch off? Actually,
I'm the right-hand man.
I have to think about this
you
for
are,
a second.
Pamela.
Yeah, I'm the mob boss.
Yeah.
and you're the right hand
I'm
man.
the right-hand
And you've
man.
been caught cheating, lying,
Yeah.
doing dubious activity.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, and she did rewrite a second verse.
Yeah,
to
whatever
make
I
it
sing on
ours.
the song, I kind of write. Or
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
wrote, right.
So that seems to me like a feature that's been there the whole time. Then,
Yeah.
if that was a kind of a song that existed even before the band,
Mm-hmm.
there you've got characters. There's a
Yeah.
story. You're performing the role of these characters.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
something.
that's what we do.
That is actually something we made a conscious effort. We realized
Yeah.
we didn't really want to write love songs or like, we wanted the lyrics to be. We knew there was something visual eventually. I think
Yeah.
that was going to happen, and we wanted a bigger,
Yeah.
stage show.
So we end up
or
writing
whatever.
these like conversations, which is
Yeah.
cool because we do a lot of alternating verses.
Yeah.
So it's it works out. Like you say a thing and then I say a thing.
In case anybody wants to make a movie out of
Yeah.
our album or
Yeah,
have
it's
a star in it or
storyline.
anything, like,
Yeah, we're
you
giving
never
you
know.
the storyline.
Planting the
We're
seeds.
doing some of the work.
Yeah. On that first EP, there's like a jilted love song. Or
Dead of
it's
Winter,
Dead
yeah,
of Winter,
it's- yeah.
And that exists in new form on Sounds of Tortuga.
yeah.
Sure does. I think we chose that for the new EP because it's like it's our only ballad, and I think we all love like old, surf instrumental exotica lounge records from the 50s and 60s, and I personally love how you can hear a million different versions of a song, and so I think we've wanted to expand on that, doing these exotica shows as a separate entity. Versions of our own music is kind of funny, rather than even covers.
Vocal,
right? And trying to use the instruments as the melodies and as the and I think like your guitar on Dead of Winter is really cool. It makes me cry.
I love it too. It's like a little conversation, and it's sad.
What was the genesis of this decision to have this kind of alternate Black Widows, exotica Black Widows?
Well, we didn't feel like we had enough going on.
That's Sarah's take.
So we decided to add another thing to our repertoire.
We just like to be stressed out all the time and have lots of deadlines.
Yeah, that's what we're into.
Create a show, name it something, and then write try to figure out how to make that happen in a short amount of time.
We need,
I don't actually remember. I mean,
well, I think so. G-Biz, who has been instrumental in recording us, was working in Faribault and had he does like renovation stuff, and he was working in this giant former like department store. This was in February. He's like, I have this space, let's record something in it. And so we were kind of like, oh, well, we already had this kind of idea to do some instrumental stuff. Let's just get really serious about it right now.
And I think we made a particular thing to call it exotica and actually kind of like research exotica. And our friend Kim came from LA and played vibraphone.
Kim Serene.
So we decided,
a different Kim than is
different Kim.
playing drums now.
Yeah, Kim used to be in the Tin Star Sisters. She now plays with Alves.
What happened between deciding we've got the space, we'll do these songs?
We did a little more arranging. So I really stressed everybody out by making a like thorough arrangement with lots of notes. But I think we all love that. We all come from an orchestra background. So we have been kind of going more and more in that territory. And if we had more time, we would if we actually had a few months sectioned off, we'd probably do that right and compose.
Oh yeah, I think we're all in.
And arrange. We're going there probably at some point. But so I think this was our first like briefing with that, like just testing it out to see how it would go and actually, setting exactly how many measures this lead happens and then this instrument comes in and
When we see Black Widows at any particular show, for example on Thursday, June 28th, what's the ratio of kind of exotica Black Widows to Sounds of Tortuga Island Black Widows?
We were trying to work them in together, but we're kind of separating it a little bit more now. Right.
Yeah, I think we tend to throw in a few instrumentals most of the time when we play, provided there's enough time.
We still haven't had our release show for that,
which we
got snowed out.
In April.
I
was poised.
It's rescheduled.
Is it gonna?
It is. They were so booked out. Bryant Lake Bowl. So we had to kind of go away in the future. So yes, August 18th.
August 18th, we're doing a thing.
A summer surf.
Because I was fully intending to travel through the blizzard.
We were sad.
The tropical island that is Tortuga
I know,
Island.
it would have been magical.
We were all ready.
But for concerns of safety, the safety of people coming to the show.
I was stuck on the highway for a very long time, so I was like, I might be late to the show if it happens.
We also didn't want people to lose their tickets, so we just talked with Bryant Lake Bowl and said, can they get either reimbursed or can we move this forward? Because people were saying they weren't going to come, but they wanted to donate the money. Which was super sweet, but we just wanted to reschedule.
Knowing the level of work that you put into all of your shows, and especially this being a release show, of course it's going to happen at some point. Can you give any clues, any teasers about what the nature of this performance will be?
We will have guest musicians. We will have...
It's the greatest night ever.
It's going to be a greatest night ever.
How many
Rock
of your
Exotica.
shows?
Sorry.
Yep.
How many of your shows are greatest nights ever?
I think this will be the 4th or 5th.
Maybe even 6th.
Or maybe 6th. Oh, really?
I think it's the 6th.
There was Halloween. What was, which was the third?
We had the greatest month
The first one was at my
your
house in St. Paul. It was a house party, and it was
our
super
first
fun.
show ever.
Yeah.
In a living room.
That was pre.
I guess I was not invited to that one.
So the 3 songs that you performed in the Minnehaha Recording Company work really well together as a set of 3. Maddie May is the baddest gal in town. Candy Corn is so sweet, but she's not the kind of girl you want your mama to meet.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then we have a female killing cat, female murderous cat. I feel like Maddie and Candy and Helen would be a good cohort.
3
It's
peas
really
in a
fun.
pod.
Yeah. A team.
So is that intentional? Do you have a batch of songs that deal with this kind of similar cast of characters? And do you have plans for that set of songs? So what's happening with
We get a cartoon show.
I know.
There should be,
We also have an ideas book that will unleash at some point, but we have it stored on our phones that we share, and so we have many ideas about many of these things.
Yeah.
I think that these, one of those has been released already.
Yeah.
We're kind of waiting on a
Helen
full
Cole.
album. We were going to put some of these, but it's just the summer has become too busy, so
Yeah.
to try to do that is impossible. Especially vinyl takes a long time, which we're going to do.
Yeah.
But not for a
the
while.
LP.
Yeah.
Right, so these songs are kind of on their own, but I think we have common threads of themes through all of our songs in general, so they could kind of mix and match.
Yeah. And maybe
Yeah.
we'll release like the ladies of
Yeah.
Black Widow's
Greatest
songs compilation at some point.
We should definitely do a greatest
With remixes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's experience Maddie May at the Minnehaha Recording Company and
Okay.
then talk about that
Okay.
one and come back in.
All right.
This is Maddie May by the Black Widows at the Minnehaha Recording Company.
Yeehaw!
Maddie May, she was the baddest gal in town. She was raised by her daddy, and her daddy was the meanest man around. Well, if you try to trip her in a car game or while with her, you'll be buried 6 feet underground. Better play your cards right, mister, just behave and don't resist her. Let's be ready, take it, lay it down. Maddie May, got it all figured out. She's got a house of painted ladies, they're the prettiest ones around. Go down. She's got a stack of cash in her bedroom, a shotgun chest in her saloon. If you knew those girls were in his room, she's a sharp chocolate shooter and a fast pocket filler. She's any fool we can hand. Maddie May, she was a handsome gal at best. She smokes tobacco, drinks Coke, goes full of whiskey, and was pants under her dress. Well, she loves a man called Boogie and Slim, but his picnics weren't so slim. Miss Maddie and his father showed it down. Bullet hit him in the leg, and now he's known as Big and Peg. Only matrimony has him found. Yeah!
That was Maddie May, and yeah, indeed, Yeehaw, that is the country song.
Yep.
How did you find yourselves having a country song?
Great
Accident.
question.
It was. I mean, when we do write, like the three of us especially, we just really do start
like,
coming up with riffs and play.
She
off
started
of
with
each
a
other.
bass line.
Yeah.
And then I made
Country ass bass line.
Yeah, and then
Your
I
twangy.
made that twangy riff thing. And
Yep.
that was kind of
it.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you just write something and you're like, well, there's no way around
Yeah.
this. This
No
is a
turning
country
back
song.
now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you in character or are you narrating a story
I think
together?
We're
narrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens in this story?
Well, basically, she's a gunslinging brothel owner who won't take shit from anyone,
Yeah.
which, you know,
It was
that's a theme.
based on a woman from the Wild West who was like 22 and owned a brothel and a saloon and but never was a sex worker herself, which I thought was interesting. She just went straight to the top.
Sure,
Yep.
yeah.
And then we just kind of built. We'll find a person in media or history that we are inspired by, and then kind of build our own fictional story around that.
So you had
to
the
make it our
country-
own.
You had the country music,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
evolved from those two
Yeah.
pieces. And then what was it about that music that kind of called for Maddie, for this particular
Well,
character?
we started talking about how it sounded like a country song, and we were talking about saloons, and it kind of snowballed from there into like rabbit holes of research into like old female saloon owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think the sound dictates usually. It's like it's got this kind of badass thing going on. So obviously it has to be about
This sounds like it's about a saloon.
Yeah.
or it sounds like it's about a lady who's gonna
Bitch
do some
about a
damage.
bucket.
Yep.
So,
Loner women, I think, is like our theme in general. Outcasts and loners,
Yeah.
and how they find their way through the world.
Yep.
let's
Cope.
Let's talk a bit about Helen Keller in that respect.
Sure.
So that is one of the oldest songs. In that one, you're the narrator, and Pamela is
I'm
the
Helen.
murderous cat. You're Helen.
I'm Helen.
Everybody thought she was an outcast until one day. What happened one day?
Well, she was sweet, right? And then she got made fun of and bullied because of her state and thrown
What is
out.
her state?
Well, she's deaf and blind, and so we like the idea of no, she's fine. She's gonna be just fine.
Fine.
Or retaliation, or watch this, the surprise come back.
This song is the soundtrack to the realization that she is fine.
It's fine.
Despite not having the ability to hear and see, she does have ESP.
Yeah, that's
So how does that come into the story? That's an important plot detail.
Pamela, you're Helen Miller. Why don't you tell us about
I mean, it's
Helen Keller?
convenient that she has ESP because she can't, necessarily see and hear what's happening, but she can sense it, and
Maybe
she can
she
use her
developed
claws.
it.
I think she developed it. Yeah, it's kind of an evolutionary and
Maybe she's
adaptation.
like a dolphin.
Yeah, I think it was an adapted trait. So she can use her ESP to know when she needs to, claw out.
To defend herself too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And I think it's the idea too that like if you do feel like an outcast or the underdog, that there are ways to be creative about getting out of the situation
we all
you're
have
in.
resources. You just got to channel what those are.
Yeah. I sense that
There's a power.
That's coming when we're talking like seriously about the Tortuga Island series. That's coming up in this song, which is like one of the earliest songs.
It's a theme.
And then you're dealing resourcefully with the bleak situation in the song March of the Human Hot Dog. Confronting our reality head on, but using a certain special type of escapism and fantasy
and humor,
and humor to there's a very real engagement with that there. So there's this constant emphasis.
You might be the only one that knows that or identifies that, so thank you. But that's awesome.
But this resourcefulness.
Yeah.
What dates are coming up?
We just found out Ethereal Rose is singing the national anthem at the Saints game on June 22nd, and she invited us to play at the Saints game. So
That's big.
Yeah, it's super cool. We're not playing in the stadium.
When
We're
is
playing
that?
in front by
June
the gate
22nd.
on June
June
22nd.
Okay.
Yep, at 5:30. Yeah, 5:30 on June 22nd outside the gate. So that'll be really fun. We should take our for.
Is that in what manifestation of the Black Widows will that be? Is it
That will be
the
everybody.
full-
That'll be the whole gang.
The full
Yep.
gang.
Yep.
9 yards.
Yep. Oh, the same weekend I wanted to say we're also we're going to be in the Pride Parade.
Oh, yeah.
Pride Parade. Our good pal, Stuart Devon from
Savage Royal
Hotbed has invited us, because he can't do it this year, to ride atop his van as a float. Which that is my dream come true. We're somehow maybe going to be hoisted or levitating.
Yeah, we're not
or
really
something.
sure
He's
what
got
it
some
looks
ideas.
like, but
He's
It's
pretty
going to be a
innovative.
Black Widow's float.
and it will be safe.
It's going to be probably a Hotbed Studios float.
Yeah.
You know.
But with Black Widows.
Yeah, as the guest.
Featuring Black Widows.
Featuring Black Widows.
So this month is a really busy month. So
Yes.
before you escape to a different metaphorical Tortuga
Yeah.
Island to plan the real Tortuga Island,
Right.
then you're going to have this very busy month
Yes.
that will involve being with Ariel for the national anthem on which day?
June 22nd.
June 22nd.
Yeah.
And then on June
Friday.
24th, the Oral Hotbed Studio float featuring the Black Widows.
Correct.
And then at the end of that week, Thursday, June 28th, is the show, which is Venus de Mars's unofficial Pride show.
Yeah, cool.
Too. So
That's great.
we'll be continuing those festivities.
We're glad to be a part of
It'll
it.
be fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Candy corn, I think, is like quintessential Black Widows. You've got the surf guitar. This has been in the live set for some time.
Yeah.
There's an interesting shift in the narrative in this one because Candy corn, she is Candy. But she is going to eat us up.
I think it's about making people who believe they can get something from you, any kind of predator, I'll use the word again, feeling awkward, like deflecting.
Turning it around.
And giving them a taste of their own medicine and then
Yeah.
being like, bye,
Yeah.
good luck, bye Karen.
Bye, Karen.
By who?
We unleashed the inside joke. Hi Karen is this inside joke that we've had for a long time, and it's not even funny, and if we try to explain it, it'll be even less funny.
Matter.
But it's kind of become a nod to other ladies where we say hi Karen. It might even be the name of our resource center at some point. Hi Karen.
Hi, Karen.
With Tortuga Island
We
as
just
the
all
venue.
call each other Karen.
Hi Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi Karen.
Yeah, you can use it too.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
It means you're in.
Yeah. So thank you for coming in.
Thank you,
Thank you
Simon.
for playing. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you in advance for playing the showcase on
We are
28th.
pumped.
Yes.
I hope you survive your very busy month.
Yes,
that
we
you're
will.
about to
We're
have.
going to have a really good time.
Yeah, we are.
Wave from the float. Say
we
hi,
will.
Karen, from the float.
We will.
Hi, Karen.
Hello, Karen.
But in the meantime, as promised,
Yeah.
bye, Karen.
Bye, Karen.
Karen. This is Candy Corn by the Black Widows at the Minnehaha Recording Company. This is Back to the City. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thanks, Simon.
Thanks, Simon.